Have you ever felt like you lost a part of yourself or you lost touch with a part of yourself that you love? Or maybe you have a sense of something being different now, like you're different and there's a new you that you have a desire to get to know or reconnect with. And sometimes it's like that new you is also intrinsically connected to that part of yourself that you never really lost, but you haven't felt for a minute. Well, this was how I was feeling before I embarked on my traveling journey to Mexico and Denver and Phoenix a month and a half ago. I've just recently returned home and I have so much that I want to share that I need to just get this video out there so that I can make more videos and keep sharing because I think that you might find something for it in yourself. I mean, I hope you might find something for it in yourself, especially if you have been going through a journey of death and rebirth. Sometimes I talk about this like in those terms, or I speak about the dark night of the soul and that time that we just have to go through in life when we're ready to level up or transform and like really reinvent ourselves. And I think it's probably a bit more understandable to a majority of people if I use the term reinvention over rebirth. It's just that I don't want to make it seem like something you have to try to do because reinvention from that place of rebirth is really just about showing up for yourself, like as yourself. Yeah, I have learned some things in doing that. And it doesn't always make everybody happy or comfortable, but it definitely brings people in and out of your life very quickly that are right for you, either right for you for right now or right for you for more time. So if you have, been feeling into that desire to just really flourish and blossom as your authentic self, I'm going to tell you a couple of insights that I had along my journey back home to myself. And we'll see at the end if there's a common theme or something that you resonate with. So, I do want to start with a quote that says, "There is no greater mistake than to try to leap an abyss in two jumps." David Lloyd George. This is a great quote as a reminder that the journey of transformation is an abyss. It's not a quick fix. And in fact, it is the opposite of fixing or changing or forcing anything. And it can take a lot of patience and a lot of trust because it can feel like an abyss because the way forward, there's no map because you're the map. It's your life, it's completely unique to you. But there is a certain knowing. There's a certain inner knowing that in our silence we can get a sense of, just like the caterpillar moving into the cocoon where it's going to emerge. But how long you're in the cocoon for is unknown. And so, it is a mistake to try to leap an abyss. And I'm going to say this, even though it's a bit cliche, the journey is the path, is the reward, because that's when we go through exactly the path, like we have exactly the experiences, we feel the feelings, and we life will lead us to the new version of ourselves through every moment of every day. However, one thing I did find is, like, especially while traveling, it's so much easier to go with the flow. Like there's less option in a sense, like especially if you don't have your day planned out. Like for me, I didn't have my days, and right now I'm speaking to my 20 days in Mexico, and I might say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and go to this coffee shop and write, or I might have a gentle plan like, oh, I might go to the co-working space. But it became very evident constantly that any time that I tried to have any semblance of like control or try to make something happen, not only would I feel like really tense and not relaxed, I also was completely being open to like the moments of synchronicity and like miracles and things lining up without me having to do it. So one of the things I saw really clearly for myself while traveling, and maybe you've seen this for yourself before, which is the value of receptivity and the value of being open to receiving that which life has to offer you rather than feel like it's on your shoulders to make it happen. Or somehow, if you're not fixing it or doing it or making it happen, then something's wrong with you or you're doing something wrong. Right. So, this is what I mean wrong, right? So, this is what I mean by unbecoming, because it's letting the thinking fall away that is somehow saying, it's on you. And if you're not capable of doing this, then something might be wrong with you. Instead of being receptive or open to receiving the support and the guidance and the insight that life has to offer us in the support of our journey to our highest self. Now, this is something that I am incubating and learning and processing and writing myself. I've done some writing around this in terms of like the authority and how we really are moving towards the inner authority, and how, experts have lost a lot of trust. And I will be speaking more to this, but to tie it to finding the new version of yourself or like getting to know them is that is simply letting fall away what you've been told or what you think you should be able to do, or like what you would have done if you were better, or all of these ways of thinking about yourself that probably don't feel good. And coming back to the idea that maybe there is a greater life force. Maybe there is a really tuned in innate wisdom within you that as you settle and relax more and put less pressure on yourself will emerge. And I will say that sometimes it's really obvious, like the the wisdom, some of the wisdom that emerged for me I had seen before, but I'd kind of put off, or I'd kind of just like still felt it was on me to somehow make that vision a reality. And this is really easy to do, especially if you are an entrepreneur or you're a healing professional or coach or you're in business. It's really easy to have a vision and then feel all of this responsibility and pressure to make it a reality. And that's a very different way of working than working with life, and having the vision and then being willing to be part of the journey of the unfolding and watching it unfold. And it's not that there's no action, it's just that you're willing to be guided along the way and watch it unfold as you participate, rather than feel all sorts of ways and build up all sorts of barriers on all of the things that you would need to do in order to become something that you already are. Yeah. There's nothing that you have to do to become you. In fact, thinking that there's all the things that you have to do in order to become you, even in your business, just takes you further away from you. So that's why I talk about it like an unbecoming, unbecoming the the masks, the thoughts, the actions, the things that seem to need to be fixed or changed or improved or developed. And when we let those things fall away, what truly emerges, whether you're traveling or not, is you. So I'm me, just Heather, and nice to meet you, just you. And I look forward to sharing more on this journey with just Heather and just you. Until next time, ciao for now.